Hey, what is up guys? My name is Cartoons and welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be talking about something that I've been getting a lot of requests for in my comment section for the last Fire Mage video that I did, and that is the AoE Flamestrike Fire Mage spec, okay? And I know it sounds weird because, you know, Fire is mostly it's mainly around this whole like Hot Streak Pyroblast, you know, just chaining those together, right? But Hot Streak and Legion is a little bit different because you're able to cast an instant cast Flamestrike or Pyroblast. It's a choice between the two, right? And jumping right into it, I figured I would go ahead and explain this spec to you guys because it turned out to be a lot better than I thought it would be. You know, it does a really solid amount of damage and can be used in niche situations. So I thought that I would at least explain it for you guys to, you know, test out and kind of see where it fits into your playstyle for PvP arenas and whatnot. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The Hot Streak, you know, if you get that instant cast Flamestrike, you know, you're able to get these AoE flame strikes off, and you can actually keep doing that with your Fire Blast and your Phoenix Flames, and you know, whenever you can get to those hot streaks. But the main problem is that whenever you flame strike and it crits, it doesn't generate a heating up proc. Okay, so you can't, you know, just keep flame striking and keep doing those over and over and over and over again. You know, eventually you're going to run out a lot faster than you would with Pyroblast, and that's the main problem with the spec. However, it does synergize pretty well with a couple talents and also artifact talents that I want to, you know, go over really quick. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I am going to be taking Conflagration because conflagration. I'm so bad at pronouncing words. It's a talent that allows you to get more dot damage out of your spells, right? So if you're going to be doing AoE damage and getting these ignite damage off and just having these like constant little ticks of damage going, which I'll explain more of like how that works in just a moment, then this conflagration, whatever, has more chances to proc because there's more spells, more damage spells being done to the target, right? Because there's a lot of replicating flame strike damage. It's really weird how it works, but this actually has more chances to proc that 10% chance to flare up and deal 10,000 damage than it would just a Pyroblast, because Pyroblast is just easy. You just cast a spell, it does, you know, a Pyroblast, it's just like that Pyroblast damage spell, and that's it, right? But this is different, and I'll get to that in just a second. So the other one that I'm going to be taking instead of Unstable Magic or Living Bomb is Flame Patch, and Flame Patch allows your Flame Strike to stay on the ground for 8 seconds and burn enemies for about 40,000 damage, as opposed to just being like, you know, a Flame Strike where you just do the Flame Strike and then the damage is done. It leaves, you know, another dot behind, so if they stand in the Flame Strike, you're going to be taking extra damage. And then the big one here, this is the big part for the spec, and that is the World in Flames talent. So it's a PvP talent, and it reduces the cast time of Flame Strike by 3 seconds and increases the damage of Flame Strike by 30%. Okay, so this is a 30% steroid. Normally you're not going to be hard casting Flame Strike. You can if you want to, but you also are, you know, you have the ability to increase the damage by 30%, and for the spec, this is probably the most important talent of them all. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the artifact talents, because there's a couple ones that you're going to be using pretty regularly if you're going to be using Flame Strike, and the first one is going to be Aftershocks, and Aftershocks calls down an additional Flame Strike. I think it does like half the amount of damage than a regular Flame Strike would do. You know, the Aftershocks, it's just like a replicating thing. So like if you see, I'll cast Flame Strike real quick, and then you're going to see 2 Flame Strikes. So 1, 2, right? You saw that second one? That's the Aftershocks artifact talent, okay? There's a couple other ones. I think there's one that like just increases the damage of Flame Strike or something like that. Yeah, right here, increases the damage of Flame Strike dealt by 15%. You know, really pretty straightforward, nothing really to explain there. And overall, like, you're going to be hitting a target multiple times with Flame Strike, and as you can see, I'm going to be getting this instant cast Hot Streak, and then bam, cast the Flame Strike, and then flare up as well. And as you can see, there's a bunch of dots going on. You'll see like the random 23,000 pop up. That's your conflag, your right here, your conflagration, and all of that, you know, just kind of snowballs and does a pretty significant amount of damage. And where I've seen this be useful in PvP is if you're fighting against double melee. Okay, so if you're fighting against a TSG, like a warrior, arms warrior, you know, Frost Death Knight or Unholy Death Knight, and a Holy Paladin, since Holy Paladins have to be in melee range now, that's kind of how their playstyle works. You're able to do a really solid amount of AoE damage, and I think that, you know, that really is kind of the niche for this AoE spec, is because if you're doing these small AoE patches, and these AoE patches have chances to do damage, you know, to each other if they're standing close to each other. I think that this spec can actually thrive in that situation. It's really kind of up to you guys if you want to test that, but you know, I'm playing with Blast Wave and Meteor, so I'm able to do like Meteor, I can Blast Wave, I can have these instant cast Flame Strikes, and really just do a significant amount of damage to people that are grouped up on one target, which is usually what TSG does, and I feel that that might be the niche for this spec. And it actually does do a lot more damage than I thought it would, because you know, when I originally went into the spec, I noticed that Flamestrike, you know, on the tooltip it says 60,000, right? So, or 50,000, but I think it's like 74,000 or something in PvP with your gear scaled up. And if you look at the Pyroblast, it's already like the base damage is significantly higher. It's like double, right? So I thought that it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't compare in damage, but when you have multiple targets stacked up, like I mentioned earlier, you're able to do quite a lot of damage. You're able to create quite a lot of pressure and really finish people off, as long as you're managing your Fire Blast correctly and using your Phoenix Flames and using obviously your Meteor and your Blast Wave correctly and hitting multiple targets at once. You're able to make this happen. So with all that being said, guys, I do want to go ahead and jump into some arenas with me using this spec. I know that the skirmishes on the Legion beta aren't exactly the best examples, but it's the best that I can do for you right now until like the game progresses and more people play competitive 3s on the beta. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into those arenas for you to watch, and I'll cue up some music right now.
You were the shadow to my light. Did you feel us? Another star, you fade away. Afraid our aim is out of sight. Wanna see us alive. Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? Was it all in fantasy? Where are you now? You only naturally. Where are you now? Atlantis, under the sea. Under the sea, where are you now? Another dream. The monsters running wild inside of me. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. These shallow waters never met what I needed. I'm letting go, a deeper dive, eternal silence of the sea. I'm breathing alive. Where are you now? Where are you now? Under the light, the faint lights who set the heart on fire. Where are you now? Where are you now?
I hope you did enjoy, guys, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. But real quick, I'm going to show you exactly what I was doing for damage wise, like how I would set up my burst rotation or whatever. So pretty much what I would do is that I would start with the combustion, right? So, or yeah, you would like pop down your Meteor, then you would combust, then you would Phoenix Flames into Fire Blast, into Flamestrike. You can toss a Blast Wave in there, Flamestrike again, Phoenix Flames, get another Flamestrike. And then after that, you know, you're kind of out of juice right there, but you've done a pretty significant amount of damage, and you're pretty much just going to have to hard cast fireballs and whatnot and just get crits and work around that in the meantime. But like, you know, see if I just, this is like the off time, right? So if I get a fireball, then I'm able to Fire Blast and get another Flame Strike, but it's just kind of working around getting those fireballs off and getting those like heating up procs, since Flame Strike doesn't generate that again. But yeah, guys, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And also subscribe to my channel for other Legion content and Overwatch stuff. I'm going to be jumping into some Overwatch guides later this week, and I hope you guys really did enjoy this video, because it's kind of a niche thing, you know, just something to, you know, learn about the Fire Mage spec and Legion. That's kind of my job, is to teach you guys all about the specs, and I hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cartoons out.